Hey, did you know you can go to colinmullen.com in order to get art and art prints? That's why I set up the website, colinmullen.com. So hey everybody, this week I'm doing a little bit more work on my new game. This is the third game that I've started since I decided I was going to make games, and hopefully this is not the third one I abandon. The first two were having some issues. The first one was just like so emotionally depressing that it was just not worth continuing with. And then the second one I realized was going into a flooded market and I wasn't really doing anything new or original with it yet. And I couldn't really think of a way to do something new or original with it. And it's like, okay, well, if I'm not doing anything new or original, then what am I doing? And I think the answer is not that anymore. So I moved on from that one, but I learned some stuff. And so now I'm working on this one, which is a continuation of my series, The Town of Nowhere, which is about just weird magical stuff happening in a alternate world kind of thing. It's like modern day fantasy is, I guess, the way you'd phrase it, where just like fantasy elements that you're aware of are just everyday things for the people of this universe. They still got to go to work, they still get Starbucks, they do all that, but also like some people are weird, some people have like magic abilities or whatever, and it's considered as normal and humdrum as any other day. So this is the third installment in that series, and that's where this is going. Down in the bottom left there's a little squawking bird. That's Morning Chai's avatar. We were doing a stream together. They were working on some of their furry art, I was working on my game. You know, it's nice to work with someone. It really does actually speed along some of the more boring elements of art because they exist. I'm finding myself in a position for this week's topic that it's kind of the same thing as what was happening when NFTs were first coming onto the scene, and crypto and AI art, where like if you search art and then you look at news stuff, every week it's the same stuff, you know? It's always the same thing. And instead of it being NFTs or crypto or AI art, it's about the current administration's war on the arts, which is, for some reason, one of their priorities in the second term. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that, the left has largely, in America and most of the world, has controlled and dominated the art space for reasons that I went over in the Why Are There No Conservative Artists. This is also just a power grab, because being able to control the media is very important, and while that seems hyperbolic, it is actually something that he has been very openly about. So what does this mean for you as an artist? Well, they're going to defund and have been defunding museums, universities, and like I said, the National Endowments of Arts. Art can exist outside of any sort of government funding. I have looked into government funding for my art before, and obviously it has to be very like apolitical, very just like Americana, scenic kind of stuff. But that's like not what I do. And you know, if you need the money and like that's a way to get it, then go for it. Like they're just whatever. At the end of the day, you can do a couple like field paintings or whatever, and that's great. It'll make someone happy, right? But I would say a majority, if not a majority of art has been made without government sponsorship. And so while this is definitely going to limit the number of people who can make art, because like art is not something that traditionally pays off immediately, like, I don't know, working a 9-to-5 job where you know that you're going to get your paycheck with some reasonable certainty outside of illegal behavior by your employer. Art doesn't always have like you will get paid at any point kind of moment. And so like having government funding is nice, but I tend to not expect it because I know who I am and I know where I'm going. So I think that you should try and find other ways to monetize yourself. I don't think that you should expect that those things will be there. I think they were going to be a lot harder to fight for because the amount of money that's going to be going out is going to be less and less and less. They have to cut the budget somewhere, and that's a place to cut it. And I think if you are currently getting funded by those things, you already know this, but again, in 2026, the 2026 fiscal year, you can basically assume that a good chunk of your community or government sponsored things like museums and such will be having a really hard time staying afloat. Art is really hard to make lucrative in a world that does not care about art enough that AI art can exist, correct? So in this time, if you have the ability and it is something that matters to you, this would be a good time and place to go visit, you know, a local museum and check out the art. And maybe donate a couple bucks if you've got it. You know, if this is something that you are concerned about and can do something about, that is something you can do. Museums are great. They're usually fairly cheap, but they are a thing you have to go spend a few hours at. I would recommend spending like a movie's amount of time at it. And considering the quality of movies that are coming out nowadays, I think you can easily find the money and time to go to the museum if you had the money and time to go see a movie. And I think it'd be better spent. All in all, I would expect that in 2026, we're gonna see a lot of museums, and a lot of dance troupes and a lot of community-funded art projects just go away. And so if you want those things, you might have to fund them yourself. Me, I don't have that kind of money. So instead, I'm going to try and do that stuff without the assistance of the government, because I know it's not going to be there, and it won't be there for another, 4-ish years, probably 3 by the time that 2026 rolls around, and it's going to be a while before the structure comes back into it to a degree that you can actually get it, right? So another way you can sponsor the arts is through patreon.com/RevScarecrow. Wow, what a cringe line. You know what? We're going to go with it. I'm just going to lock that one in. If you go to patreon.com/RevScarecrow, you can donate $5 or more. And if you do, you can donate any amount. But if you donate $5 or more, you get your name in the credits. That's what these wonderful people did. Starting with my mom and dad. I love you. Thank you, Wap Fu. Thank you, Toph Houndor. Thank you, Split. Thank you, Sophia Nope. Thank you, Skelecorgi. Thank you, Reverend Joe. Thank you, Mortis. Thank you, Michael Carr. Thank you, Mario Pereira. Thank you, Luna Ray. Thank you, Kayla Hollinger. Thank you, Katie Fallon. Thank you, Josepher. Thank you, Gabriel Bennett. Thank you, Freak Wannabe. Thank you, Egg. Thank you, Chiptune Glitch. Thank you, Pep. Thank you, Amber. Thank you, Aggiewag. And thank you, Ats! Anyway, I know that this video is going to be unpopular with roughly 40, 30 something % of people. They're not going to like it, but this video will become more popular the longer time goes on. So we'll wrap back to this one, similar to the other ones that I've produced this year about this similar subject, and kind of see that maybe you don't think I'm right now, but go ahead and put a watch on this one. Maybe put a reminder on your phone 2 months, 3 months from now, and come back and watch this video and see if I still sound like an idiot. And if I do, leave me a comment saying that I'm an idiot, and I will like it. Have a good one, y'all. I'll see you next time. Bye.